Elex 2. Available on PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X and Series S, Microsoft Windows. Elex 2 is a great example of taking a beloved title and then expanding upon it for all to enjoy even further. Especially since the game brings forth a new story that expands on all that happened in the original. Several years after Jax defeated the hybrid, a new threat arrives from the sky, unleashing the dangerous powers of Dark Elex and endangering all life on the planet. In order to defend the peace on Magellan and the safety of his own family, Jax has to go on a mission to convince the factions to unite against the invaders. Add this to a truly free world to roam, via jetpack no less, deep combat experiences, and more, and you can see why Elex 2 is a singular-player title worth your time. Kirby and the Forgotten Land. Available on Nintendo Switch. The latest in the Kirby series is going 3D. In Kirby and the Forgotten Land, players will be able to explore a mysterious land covered with abandoned structures whilst using familiar Kirby abilities, as well as some new ones. Players will also be able to use the all-new Mouthful mode, in which Kirby will be able to inhale numerous large objects and conform to that particular shape. We are super excited for this, and no doubt there will be some surprises in store for us when it releases next month. The Callisto Protocol. Available on PC and consoles. This story-driven, survival horror game comes from a brand new studio featuring a team who have previously worked on the likes of Dead Space and Call of Duty. Set in the future in the year 2320, players are set with the task of escaping a maximum security prison known as Black Iron Prison. Not much is known just yet, but it's said to be a blend of horror, action and immersive storytelling. It's set to be released sometime this year, though no official date has yet been given. Bayonetta 3. Available on Nintendo Switch. A game that fans have been waiting for a very long time, Bayonetta 3 sees players return as the much-loved enchanting witch equipped with head-to-toe guns. After being shown at a Nintendo Direct last September, fans were given a brief look into what is to come in the latest game. New gameplay elements such as Demon Masquerade, where Bayonetta will fuse herself with an infernal demon to gain greater power, and Demon Slave, which allows Bayonetta to take control of infernal demons and use them to her advantage, are just a few of the new features in the latest game. Let's hope we will find out more soon, such as a more specific release date. Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora. Available on PC, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series S and X, Google Stadia. This first-person action-adventure game will see players enter the world of Pandora once again, but it's going to be nothing like the first time. Set in the Western Frontier, a never-before-seen part of Pandora, Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora follows the story of Na'vi. Not much has been revealed about the story, but we know that it will be a standalone, immersive, open-world experience with a living and reactive world to explore. A Plague Tale: Requiem. Available on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series S and X, Nintendo Switch, PC. The sequel to the award-winning A Plague Tale: Innocence, A Plague Tale. Requiem continues the story of Amicia and Hugo on their travels across new regions. Said to be a heartbreaking story of discovering the cost of saving those you love. Not much has been revealed just yet, but we can expect more weapons, tools, and powers. Little Devil Inside. Available on PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch. Indie game lovers, rejoice. Little Devil Inside will see players embark on dangerous missions, side quests, explore a dangerous world, and encounter unexpected events. It's set in a Victorian-like era where creatures and monsters exist, and can't so easily be killed. We don't know much about the story, only that you have been hired by a professor at a local university to investigate the paranormal goings-on that have been reported. We look forward to hearing more about this action-adventure indie title. Evil West. Available on PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, PC. A third-person action game that puts the player as one of the last remaining vampire hunters of an institute that is on a mission to eradicate all vampires and save the United States. Evil West is set in a Twister Wild West universe that features explosive combat with firearms, a lightning-filled gauntlet as well as various gadgets. Unlock new perks as you progress and craft your own playstyle. This one sounds very interesting. The Lord of the Rings, Gollum. Available on PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, PC. A story-driven action-adventure game that follows the adventures of Gollum. Many of Gollum's story has not been revealed, and so it is said that we will get an insight into Gollum's story, from his time as a slave to his stay with the elves of Mirkwood. As we know, Gollum's split personality sees him struggle with making decisions. Decision-making will be a big part of Lord of the Rings. Gollum as you choose between the lighter side, Gollum, and the darker side, Smeagol. Use stealth, agility and cunning to survive and climb, leap and grapple your way out of tricky situations. GhostWire Tokyo. Available on PlayStation 5, PC. Set in a beautiful, supernatural version of Tokyo that has been overrun by deadly supernatural foes, GhostWire Tokyo sees players ally with a powerful entity to master powerful abilities to find out the causes of all the disappearances in Tokyo. Made for next-gen, GhostWire Tokyo makes the most of the PlayStation 5's power to give the game a stunningly rendered, rain-soaked Tokyo with PlayStation 5's next-gen ray tracing technology and 3D audio tech. Feel the power of your supernatural skills firsthand with unique haptic feedback and adaptive triggers for every combat ability and character action in-game. LEGO Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga. Available on PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, PC. In the latest LEGO game from TT Games, players will be able to experience crucial moments from all 9 Skywalker Saga films, retold in true LEGO humor. Players will be able to explore the saga in any order they choose, right away. Play as iconic heroes and villains from the series and visit locales we're all too familiar with. Playing on both the light side and the dark side. This is a much anticipated game for Star Wars fans. Atomic Heart. Available on PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, PC. Atomic Heart is an open-world action, RPG which is set in an alternate universe in which you are AP3, a special KGB agent who is investigating the catastrophic events at Facility 3826. Study the moves of your enemies and use it against them. Use the varied arsenal of arms and special abilities of your polymer glove. Turn everything into a weapon. Environment, objects, your own body, and even enemies themselves. Craft and modify weapons and use cassette cartridges to use the environment to your advantage. An interesting premise. The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild 2. Available on Nintendo Switch. Not much is known about the sequel to one of the biggest, if not the biggest, Nintendo Switch game to date. Fans have been waiting for information of Breath of the Wild 2 since its announcement, but Nintendo are keeping its details close to its chest. What we do know is that it will expanding its environment to include the skies above Hyrule, presumably allowing players to soar the skies. Hopefully more will be announced soon, but we can be sure it will be an improvement on its predecessor. Starfield. Available on Xbox Series S and X, PC. Starfield is Bethesda's first new world in 25 years, so it's pretty safe to say it's a pretty big deal. This next-generation RPG is set amongst the stars, and will allow you to create whatever character you would like and explore to your heart's content to uncover humanity's greatest mystery. Despite it releasing in November this year, we still don't know a whole lot about this one, but I'm sure more will be revealed soon. Hogwarts Legacy. Available on PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, PC. This is one for the Harry Potter fans. An upcoming, immersive, open-world action RPG set in the Harry Potter world of Hogwarts. Hogwarts Legacy lets you experience Hogwarts in the 1800s as a young wizard who has received late acceptance to the School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. You are not just any student, you have the ability to master ancient magics. It's up to you how you use this, though. Good or evil, the choice is yours. Sonic Frontiers. Available on PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, PC. An open-world Sonic game? Who would have thought it was possible? We still have much to learn about Sonic Frontiers, but it's said to be an experience like never before. Battle powerful enemies as you speed through the Starfall Islands, landscapes brimming with dense forests, overflowing waterfalls, sizzling deserts and more. I don't know about you, but I am super intrigued to see how this will work. Saints Row. Available on PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, PC. Fans have waited many years for another Saints Row game and the day is finally upon us. Said to be the biggest and best Saints Row yet, this open-world game is packed full of humor, criminal ventures and thrilling side hustles. Set in Santo Eliso, a fictional city in the heart of the American Southwest. This looks like a ton of fun and we can't wait to experience more when it releases this August. God of War Ragnarok. Available on PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5. Sequel to one of PlayStation's biggest franchises, God of War Ragnarok is one of the most anticipated games to release this year. The mighty Kratos and Atreus are back and they're on a mission to journey to each of the 9 realms in search of answers. Fans can expect a bigger and better game than before, which is going to be hard to top. Elden Ring. Available on PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, PC. Now Metacritic's top-rated game of all time, this new Souls-like game has been taking the world by storm since its release last week. A new fantasy adventure for Dark Souls fans to revel in, Elden Ring features vast fantastical landscapes and shadowy, complex dungeons that are connected seamlessly. Create your character and develop your playstyle, but be warned, you will die a lot. Horizon Forbidden West. Available on PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5. Aloy is back and better than ever in Horizon Forbidden West. This one takes all the best aspects from the first game, and improves on them all to make their best game yet. Explore distant lands, fight bigger and more awe-inspiring machines, and encounter astonishing new tribes as you return to the far future, post-apocalyptic world of Horizon. Dying Light 2, Staying Human. Available on PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, PC. Fans have been waiting for Dying Light 2 for a very long time, and there was a point where we thought it may never happen. But here it is. Civilization has resorted back to the Dark Ages because of the virus that has eradicated the world. Use your agility and combat skills to survive and return the world to its former glory. Explore this vast open world and kill as many zombies as you possibly can. It's a lot of fun. Stalker 2. Heart of Chernobyl. Available on Xbox Series S and X, PC. The next-gen sequel to the award-winning PC game franchise, set to deliver a unique post-apocalyptic survival experience like no other. Said to be a mixture of genres, horror, first-person shooter, immersive sim, this has it all. Stalker 2. Heart of Chernobyl applies the full potential of Unreal Engine 5 as well as motion capture and photogrammetry technologies to provide you with benchmark-setting graphics and ultimate immersion into the game world. Forspoken. Available on PlayStation 5, PC. A totally new IP from Square Enix, Forspoken follows the journey of Frey, a young New Yorker who has been transported to the world of Athos, a beautiful but cruel place. Frey must use her magical abilities to battle monstrous foes and traverse the land. Much is still to be revealed about this one, but it does look fantastic. Pokémon Legends. Arceus. Available on Nintendo Switch. The latest Pokémon game has sent fans into a frenzy at all the possibilities in future games. Pokémon Legends. Arceus takes a completely new approach to the series and fans are loving it. An open-world Pokémon game is something we would have only dreamed of, but it's now a reality. Catch, battle and train Pokémon as ways we have never seen before. Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. Available on PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, PC. The spin-off set in the Borderlands universe is almost upon us. Set off on an epic adventure to stop the Dragon Lord. Explore a tabletop realm with up to 3 other friends and shoot and loot your way through. Tiny Tina's Wonderlands has also included the use of melee weapons and magic, which will be interesting. Roll your own multi-class hero and loot, shoot, slash, and cast your way through outlandish monsters and loot-filled dungeons on a quest to stop the tyrannical Dragon Lord. Everyone's welcome, so join the party, throw on your adventuring boots, and be chaotic great.